What's up, Porch Nation? Welcome back to Porch Nation headquarters here in Worcester, Massachusetts, because it sure beats being in Hartford. It was week 15 here in the Greatest League, our first week of playoff play. Seeds 3 through 6 faced off for a ticket to the championship round, and the consolation kicked off the race for 7th. 14 weeks of regular season play have led up to this, and we get 1 week closer to crowning the champion of the 2023 season. It's wildcard week, week 15, just 4 games. Let's get into it. While the 2 highest seeds from each bracket sneak off to Cancun with Carrie Underwood, we had 2 great matchups in preparation of championship week and Super Bowl berths. We also had the start to our consolation bracket for the first season when consolation matters. Whoever wins the consolation gets the 5th pick in the draft next season. So let's kick off with Pete versus Andy. These 2 teams had a chance to test each other's mettle for the first time this season, as East and South didn't play each other this year. Well, we were projected a close one, and Pete did his part, beating his projection by just 0.53, but Andy would exceed his, thanks in large part to Jared Goff's big showing. Andy continues on to the second consolation round. The other consolation game featured Alex versus Joe, again representing divisions that did not play each other this regular season. Just last week, Alex was playing for a ticket to the big show. Joe had a down season this year. Both were looking to rebound from a week 14 disappointment. Well, Joe's squad did well above projection, and Alex only saw Cooper Kupp and the Miami defense show up. Joe will continue on to round 2 in the quest for pick 5. All right, on to the big show, the championship bracket. We had 2 big showdowns featuring our 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th seeds vying for a shot at a Super Bowl berth if they win next week as well. 3 of the 6 teams to make the championship bracket this season were not in the playoffs last year. Of the 3 repeat playoff contenders, only Josh is on his 2nd season in a row. Berg has made the playoffs every season since 2019, and Skinner has been a playoff contender every season since 2017, including a Super Bowl victory in 2019. That brings us to another Super Bowl defending season for Skinner, and let's check in on how his first round went. Skinner came in as the number 4 seed, having won the South Division title for the 2nd season in a row. Steve came in as the 5th seed, and having achieved this season's 2nd best overall record. Steve also decimated his projected score by over 31 points. Skinsy also beat his own projection by about 28, and his projection was higher to begin with and posted this week's highest score all around. Skinner punches a ticket to the Final Four, and Steve heads off to the 5th place game. And now, our Game of the Week. This one could have been called Game of the Week when it was first announced, but would eventually go on to be our closest score by far in either bracket. We would not have gotten Dylan versus Josh Marshall Part 3 if not for how Parts 1 and 2 shook out. 2 of Josh's 5 losses and the head-to-head tiebreaker that would eventually usurp Josh's division lead came from this year's 2-game regular season series. Fun fact, in their 3 games this season, 5 different quarterbacks have started. Well, I'm betting in Josh's post-game press conference, if he were asked if he feels like this game made up for the previous 2 head-to-head losses, he would have said something like, "You'd like to win them all, but we got the one that matters most, and you know what? In retrospect, we wouldn't change a thing." Or some saccharine, cutesy nonsense. God, Josh, gag me, dude. Josh rolls on to the Final Four, and Dylan faces off against Steve in the 5th place game. All right, guys, week 15, wildcard week, is in the books. Week 16 is looking exciting and competitive up and down the card in the 6 games we have in store. In the championship bracket, we have a rematch from Week 11 when Berger took only his second loss of the season to Josh Marshall, and the other is a rematch from Ethan's win in Week 8 over Skinner. There are only 2 tickets up for grabs in a spot for the Greatest League Super Bowl. Who will it be? Can't wait to find out, and we'll do so next week. Until then, you know what to do. Get festive, Porch Nation. Woo!
Bloop.